Welcome back. We're at day 5 to feel alive. So today we're going to base this practice on a very classic yoga sequence called sun salutations. And sun salutations is a sequence of movements that warms, strengthens and aligns the whole body. The movements are very cyclical and rhythmic, like the sun. It's just a really energizing practice. We start and complete each round in a standing position, so that's where we're going to start today. So standing at the top of the mat, before we jump into sun salutations, we'll just do a little bit of opening through the side body and establish a little bit of stability and balance down through the feet. So taking a deep breath in, raise both arms up overhead, stretch and reach up, and as you exhale, bring your left hand down and reach your right hand over the head. And just take your attention into the right side of the body as you press down evenly through both feet and just feel that space opening up. Then inhale again, bring both arms up overhead, reach up, and exhale, right hand down, left hand reaching over, holding here, maybe even a little drop through the right shoulder. Keep actively reaching through left fingertips. One more breath in and out. Breathing in to come back to center, reach up, and breathing out, release the arms down. Bring them in front of the body, interlace the fingers and press the palms down. Take them up overhead, get a bit of a reach and lift, and then bring the knuckles to rest on top. So moving into balance, it can be really helpful to have your gaze set at a single point on the wall in front or on the floor in front. Now breathing in, extend the palms of your hands to the ceiling and lift up onto the balls of the feet. As you exhale, bring the heels to the floor and the knuckles back to the top of the head. 2 more of these. Deep breath in, extending up, getting as high as you can through the toes. Exhale, coming back down. And last one, breathe in, reach up, and breathe out. Releasing down, bringing the arms down to the sides. So getting ready for sun salutations. We're going to do a total of 3 rounds. The first round we'll take nice and slow just to introduce you to the movements and warm up the body a little bit, and then we'll do the last 2 rounds in a flow, so breath by breath. We start with the palms of the hands together in front of the chest. Pressing down through the feet, take the shoulders down onto the back and extend the top of the head up toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and out here. As you take your next breath in, extend your arms up overhead, lift the gaze, and exhale. Fold over the legs. So taking a nice deep bend in the knees, and bringing your belly, your torso to rest on your thighs, and letting the top of the head release down toward the floor. Making sure that your weight is evenly spread through the feet, and the shoulders are drawing away from the ears. And next we step back with the left foot into a lunge. So it's a big step back, left knee down to the floor. And you have the option to stay here with the fingertips on the floor, shoulders drawing back, opening the chest forward, or you can extend your arms up overhead. It's just going to give you a bit more space through the hips. Just make sure that the hips aren't sagging down toward the floor. We've got a bit of engagement through the legs and lifting the hips high. As you reach your hands up, you're getting nice length through the side of the body. And then breathing out, hands to the floor, either side of that front foot. Tuck the left toes under to lift the knee and step the right foot back as you lift your hips and come into downward facing dog. Spreading the fingers, pressing away from the floor, hips lifting nice and high and head releasing down. Taking 1 more deep breath in here. Then we come into a position called 8-point salute. So we've got 8 points of contact with the floor. Bring the knees down. Then from here, lower your chest down to the floor between your hands. Keep your elbows hugging into the ribs. Release the chin down. Draw your belly in. Squeeze your elbows in. And into cobra from here. So hips come down to the floor as your chest scoops forward and up. Pressing the tops of the feet into the floor, engage through the back of your body, squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your chest up. Then come back to your knees, tuck your toes and lift your hips. Come into downward facing dog again. Adjust as you need to. And stepping right foot forward now between the hands, back into our low lunge. Hands to the floor or reaching arms up. Take a couple of breaths here to feel into the movement, into the position. Then hands to the floor, left foot steps forward next to the right foot, forward fold. Relax and release down. So torso is heavy, weight is even through the feet. Now extend through your spine, find a flat back, breathe in and come all the way up to standing. Reach your hands up, open through the front of the body, and as you breathe out, bring the hands together in front of the chest. Pause and take a breath in and out. And now we'll do the left side. So same thing, bringing the arms up overhead and exhaling into a forward fold. We'll hold here for a few breaths, just some time for the back line of the body to open up. And this time we step back with the right foot. Bring the right knee down to the floor. See how it feels for the left side. If you need to, you can bring your arms up overhead, lift the hips a bit higher. Just try not to arch through the back too much and compress your lower back. Think more about lifting the ribs up, but keeping an engagement through the belly. One more breath in, then bringing hands to the floor, stepping left foot back as you lift your right knee. Both hips lifting up in downward facing dog. So spine is lengthening up and back. Heels are pressing toward the floor and there's still a soft bend in the knees. One more breath in here, then into 8-point salute. Knees, chest and chin to the floor. Elbows move back and elbows hug in. Engage through the belly. And into cobra. Hips down, tops of the feet pressing into the floor, using the muscles of the back to lift up. Hold here. One more breath in. And then press all the way into downward facing dog. Now stepping forward with the left foot right between the hands, taking an inhale here, option to take the arms up overhead, and then exhale into forward fold. Bend the knees, fold over the legs, and release the head down. Keep the shoulders pulling back. And to stand, deep breath in. Reach up, look up, press through the feet. Exhale, hands together in front of the chest. Release them down to the sides. We're going to take a few breaths. So now we start to build the momentum a little bit, build the heat. And when we do a flow in yoga, we're synchronizing the breath with the movements. So each movement is going to be attached to a breath or led by a breath, and you'll soon get the gist of it. So as we breathe in, the arms lift up, and breathing out, folding forward. Step the left foot back, take the left knee down, inhale here, hands low or reaching up, and then exhale straight back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in, exhale, 8-point salute, knees, chest and chin to the floor, then breathing in. Cobra, breathing out, downward facing dog. Stepping forward with the right foot, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, left foot forward next to the right foot, forward fold. Deep breath, stand, reach, lift up. Exhale, hands together in front of the chest. We'll take a breath here. And left side, breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, folding forward. Stepping back with the right foot, right knee down. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Use your in-breath to press the floor away, lift the hips high, and as you exhale, bring yourself down. Knees to the floor, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, left foot forward. It's hard to keep track of all this left and right business. Raising the arms up as you breathe in and exhale, stepping forward. Inhale all the way up to standing and exhale. So that's one full round. One full round is one through right side, one through left side. So we've got one more of each. So back to the right side, last time through. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Stepping back with the left foot. Inhale, reach the arms up or keep the hands on the floor. Exhale, back to down dog. Take an inhale here, reach and lift. Exhale to the floor, knees, chest and chin. Inhale through to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Deep breath to stand, reach up. Exhale. One more breath here. Last time through left side. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Step the right foot back. Inhale, open through the front body. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. So nice and active through the arms, pressing down, shoulders pulling back. One more breath in, downward facing dog, and then knees, chest and chin to the floor, 8-point salute. Drop the hips low, lift the chest up, cobra. Back to downward facing dog. Exhale. And step forward with the left foot. Right knee down, inhaling here. Exhale, fold forward, right foot next to left foot. Deep breath in, stand, reach. Exhale, hands together in front of the chest and then releasing them down to the sides. Give yourself a few breaths. And as you do that, just notice what you're feeling in your body and the effects of sun salutations. And we're going to come down onto kneeling, high kneeling. So bring the knees underneath the hips. And a little bit of space between the thighs, hands to the hips. And extend your left leg out to the left, lining up the heel and the knee, roughly. Try to press the outside edge of your left foot onto the floor, and this is just going to take the left foot nice and flat, making sure your right knees are underneath your right hip. Now inhale, bring the hands up to a T position. As you exhale, left hand comes down somewhere on the left leg, so it could be thigh, outside of the knee, or shin, just depending on the depth of stretch that's available for you. Right fingers are reaching up toward the ceiling. Really reach up through the tips of your fingers so you can feel the opening through the right side. If you want a little bit more, you can extend the right hand over the head. And gently squeeze through your right glute so that front hip's nice and open. One more breath in, coming back up. And as you exhale, bring the left knee in. Sit down to the heels for a moment. Reset through the hips and the pelvis. And back to high knees, this time right leg out. Getting that foot as flat as possible on the floor, outside edge grounding down. Check the position of your left hip, in relation to your left knee. Making sure it's right underneath. Then breathing in, arms to a T position. Gently squeeze the shoulders behind. As you exhale, bring the right hand down, reach your left fingers up. And you might look up at your left fingers, or if that's not comfortable, you can take the gaze down to your right hand. And again, squeezing gently through the left glute, so left front hip opens. Option to extend the hand over the head. Just notice how it feels, adjust as you need to. Next breath in, come back up, and then exhale, sitting down onto the heels again for a moment. Take a breath here. Now returning to high knees, and this time we'll tuck the toes underneath. So we're sitting up for camel pose, which is a back bending pose. But rather than thinking of it as a back bend, I prefer to think of it as a chest opener, so that the focus comes on opening through the chest, and then we have a less of a chance of compressing too much through the lower back. So let's bring the hands to the lower back. The palms of the hands kind of cup the sacrum bone, which is that big bone at the lower back. Draw the elbows in toward each other. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and already you might start to feel the chest beginning to open. Now, as you breathe in, lift the chest up. Take a little bit of a lift of the gaze up, and see if you can point your tailbone straight down toward the floor. Press firmly into your knees. Take one more deep breath in, breathing up into the chest. And then as you exhale, bring the tops of the feet flat. Sit back down to the heels, release your hands. Lengthen the tailbone straight down. We'll do one more of those, and this time you'll have an option to take it a little bit deeper if you are familiar with camel pose. So back to high knees, tucking the toes under, hands to the lower back, elbows drawing in, shoulder blades squeezing. Inhale to lift the chest, lift the gaze a little bit. Open through the fronts of the hips, and if you want to take it a little bit deeper and that feels okay, you can bring the fingertips or the hands to the ankles or the backs of the heels. Keep rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chest up, and without letting the top of the head drop back, see if you can draw the chin gently toward the chest. Take one more deep breath in, and then exhale, sit back to the heels, bring the tops of the feet flat. And we'll just counter that with a forward fold. So bringing both feet out in front. And just like any time we're doing a forward fold, good to have a little bend or have the knees soft. Pulling the toes back, inhale, extend up through your hands, and exhale, fold forward, reach for the feet. If your hands don't reach the feet and they come to the shins, that's fine. Take another inhale, lean back, lengthen up, and then exhale. Let your torso drop forward a bit more, release your head down. Just knowing that it's not about the depth of the pose, it's about the depth of your awareness and your presence within the pose. So bring all of your attention into the body, notice what you're feeling, the sensations related to the position, the shape that your body's making, and awareness of your breath. Taking 3 more breaths in and out here. Just a little bit of winding down in this position. Now extend the arms straight. Inhale, bring yourself back up. As you exhale, bring the hands to the floor, bring your feet to the floor. It probably is your floor. Now bring your hips forward to your heels, come down onto your back. And if you'd like, before moving into Shavasana, you can hug your knees in, take a little bit of a rock across the lower back, or circle the knees, just whatever feels good for you. Last little movements before we rest. Then extending the legs straight, centering your head, and bringing your arms down beside you. Closing your eyes. And be aware of how you're feeling, the energy that you've cultivated from this practice. And anytime we have a practice that's building energy, it's really important to take this time of rest so that everything can integrate, our energy can be controlled and directed and not just bouncing around the place. So we want to move into our day focused and alert. You might allow yourself a few more minutes here resting in Shavasana. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 6 of our 10-day challenge.